Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the latest episode of Reviews Under 5. As you can tell, I'm continuing the trend of reviewing movies in under 5 minutes. If you can, please do like and subscribe to support the channel. I very much appreciate it. Let's get started. So, The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard starring Ryan Reynolds, Salma Hayek and Samuel L. Jackson came out not too long ago. The basic premise of this film is that Michael Bryce is still under investigation. His license is suspended. He's trying to take a sabbatical, but then he is dragged back into the full-blown action by the hitman's wife, Salma Hayek's character Sonia Kincaid, and madness ensues. I'm gonna start with the strengths of this film because there's quite a lot of them actually. This film is in the way of Deadpool, obviously The Hitman's Bodyguard, which was the original. It continues that style of fast-paced action mixed in with sometimes immature humor, which, to be honest, I'm fairly immature at times, so I felt like I was probably part of the target audience for this one. And for that reason, I very much enjoyed it. There are some problems with it, which I'm going to go into later on, but the three leads work very well together. In this one, Salma Hayek takes the center focus. It's very much a film driven by her character. And I think she really shines. She really brings a lot of gusto and energy to the part. And to be honest, it was her lines that I found myself sometimes just laughing, howling. They took what the script gave them and they probably elevated it just with their personalities and obviously knowing who they are. Antonio Banderas plays the villain in this one, which I found kind of funny because obviously Antonio Banderas is world famously known as the Spaniard. He's played Spanish Puss in Boots, he's played obviously Desperado. When you think Antonio Banderas, you think in Spain. And somehow in this film he's playing a Greek villain with a Spanish accent. So he is Sean Connery in Highlander in this film. And don't get me wrong, I loved him. I think, you know, he did the most again he could with whatever he was given. His character is probably the more thinly written ones out of the whole film. The villains in this one are not the best. But you enjoy him. He does what he has to do and he does it with gusto and he does it with panache. So you can't fault him for it, you know? The action sequences are a lot of fun. They're very hectic. The camera work is spot on. It never does too much. I felt that for that reason, kudos to the director and kudos to the production team. Very well edited together. There's one minor problem with sound work. At some point, I could tell that some dialogue was recorded in ADR. So later on, and you could tell because while the character's on the phone and they're saying one thing, that's not what they're saying on screen. However, there are some problems in this film. I never bought the stakes. I never truly believed that our heroes are in genuine danger because it was always, right, let me see how they're gonna figure this one out and let me see what funny jokes they're gonna come up with. And don't get me wrong, the jokes were funny. And like I did laugh, and you know, the action did get me into it, but I was never worried. There could have been more tension to make it even more enjoyable, more of an emotional roller coaster, which didn't happen. The villain, I mean, yeah, it was a bit generic, to be fair. Shout out to the casting, by the way, because without spoiling anything, some actors show up in this film that you wouldn't expect. And the reason they're funny, or the reason it works, because it's them, because you wouldn't expect them in this film. To give it a score, I would say out of 10, I would probably give it a 7.5. There's enough going for it, but there's enough missing that it never gets to that, okay, now we're in proper good film category. Alrighty folks, I hope you've enjoyed my review, and obviously like, subscribe if you can support the channel. It's all much appreciated. Have a good one, see you next time.